I have to push myself through boundaries. And how I do it is internally, is mentally. Brain, the brain moves the muscle, okay? There's a certain point where you want to stop. There's a certain point in doing Muay Thai where you want to stop, but you dig deep down. And when you dig deep down, that's your brain, that's your desire, that's your discipline doing that. Now, when you apply that to the rest of your life, well, you realize, if I put my brain to it, I can overcome it, just like I've overcome these things. With traditional martial arts, there's white belt, yellow belt, and then the black belt. The problem is, a lot of people who are black belts, they kind of feel like they arrived. And to me, that's the beginning to some degree. Let's be honest. The majority of us, I'll speak for myself, I ain't gonna have to speak for anybody else. We started this out as insecure young people. We, in the fitness and martial arts world, we've got a great deal of people who started from insecurity and dug deep to try to build that armor for themselves. And I'm no exclusion in that. But on the way, I found the martial arts ethic to make me use that energy to try to become better and use those obstacles to strengthen my mind. And I think martial arts is at the cornerstone of all of my success because that's how I've applied it in my life and acting and writing and everything else. And that is the thing that I wish people would learn about it instead of just thinking about the fighting aspects. But the fighting aspects is this, because remember, it's mental first. Now, think about this. If I have trained my body, and I've trained it from internally, and I take that strong mind, and I say, I'm going to defeat you. I'm going to overcome you. That is my best weapon. That mental thing that drives the machine. If that mental capacity is that strong, that's the thing that makes me dangerous. Because that's what I access at a moment's notice if I have to defend myself or if I have to put my will up against someone else's. And I say, okay, you want to go will for will? You're probably going to lose. That's the idea of like trying to wrap it all up in the martial artist ethic and the will that it gives you to overcome obstacles. Because in life, you're always going to overcome obstacles. And your biggest obstacle is what? You. It's that discipline. It's like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to train. You. I got to go eat this diet, and whatever. It's you. Once you overcome yourself, you could overcome anything else.
And I got to say, I wasn't a kid, starting martial arts confidence, going back to that subject, I wasn't a kid that was ever bullied growing up. Never was bullied. If I had an issue, I tried to resolve it on my own. Never back down. But when I started training fighting,
never back down.
Never back down. There you go. Okay. When I walked into a Muay Thai gym for the first time 15 years ago, it gave me a level of confidence that I hadn't had yet. I was already a pretty confident person if it came to some type of issue, but martial arts adding it now show me X, Y, Z, and I'm actually practicing these techniques every day and making my percentages higher. It gave me a confidence I never had. That's what addicted me to it. That's what made me not want to take myself out of it. When we spoke about Mike fighting, he's not 21 looking for a job anymore. He's got an acting career. He's not a young guy. Could he have done it? Absolutely. He's already got the three factors. You can break it down into a ton of them, but if I'm going to talk three main factors in being a fighter, being successful, ability, mindset, and then like you said, being not folding under pressure in the lights. You've done it in the acting. He's got the ability, and he's got the mindset, the focus of getting up every morning, training, doing the diet, making it a way of life. You don't always have to have all three of those to be successful. There's a lot of fighters out there. I say a lot. There's not it's not a mandatory thing to be an elite level athlete. Would you agree with that? That not every fighter is an elite level athlete. I find there's a lot of fighters that are average.
Absolutely.
Average athletes.
Oh my God, yeah.
But mindset.
Absolutely right.
Mindset made the work great, right?
Absolutely. I think the majority
You take a guy like you that might be able to learn a technique in 1,000 reps, and then now, boom, he's a black belt. He's got that in his arsenal.
Right.
But you take somebody less athletic with a strong mindset, and it takes them 5,000 reps to get that same technique. But they're strong-willed. Now they get the technique, and they're a black belt. They put it in their arsenal. They could use that in a fight. But the more athletic guy could just do it sooner.
Exactly.
And maybe be the faster guy in the fight. But it's just having the mindset to do something and accomplish something and get the repetitions to be able to absorb that into your training regimen. But you don't always have to be an elite level athlete.
It is amazing. You arrived at one of my favorite aspects, and you arrived at it completely different from me. But this is the way I explain it, and it's exactly what you were talking about. Okay, I say it takes me 1,000 reps to become fatigued, and it takes this man, say, call him Jason, 100 reps to become fatigued, right? My training starts at 1,001. His starts at 101. Now, say this guy, Jason, pushes to 120. He's gone past his comfort level into 120. And I'm satisfied with 1,001. Yeah. Okay? Who's the better martial artist? He is. Why? He's pushed beyond his boundaries and become better. And if I use the comparative method just because I happen to be born with a gift, I lose out. This is the essence of what I believe in. The moment where I stopped doing that and tried to be the best I could be, regardless if I was faster and stronger than anyone else, that didn't matter. I had to push myself to become better because I wasn't a complete martial artist. I recognized that this guy was better. Yeah, everybody made a big deal out of me because I could do this and I could jump and do all that kind of crap. But deep down, I'm like, this guy never complained. He doesn't have my gifts. If he has to get a second job and support his family, he's better equipped than I am. Because I'm sitting around thinking, oh, I did 1,000.
You're stopping at your comfort level. You're not going.
I'm stopping at my comfort level. So this is a trippy thing because even my instructors made a big deal because I was a great fighter. But then it was like, wait a minute, but I'm not great at these other things. It's just like a minister or a preacher who kind of loses out and gets all part of his ego and does the wrong thing. Well, you're preaching something that's valuable. Sometimes we lose that. Fact is, even though my teachers made a big deal out of me being able to do stuff that was kind of extraordinary, that wasn't good for me, you know? So keeping it all equal, what is the essence of martial arts? Is becoming a better version of yourself, the best version of yourself. Regardless if you are, just like he had said, that you can do this easier than someone else. The real hero is this guy. The guy who is nobody's making a big fuss over, but he's digging deep and becoming better. That's the message. If there's any message I want anybody to walk away with, it's that. And that has nothing to do with your age. That has everything to do with you becoming the better version of yourself.